This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
I saw the disrespect that were given to certain people. You know what I mean? Giving to Jermaine, giving to Dallas. You know what I mean? That's why Reek wasn't. He was like, nah. We gonna start off with this first.
Yeah.
Like respect.
Nah, 1,000. 1,000.
And you know, like our big brother like JD and Dallas, they wasn't into all that.
Nah, they wasn't.
They wasn't never into all that.
They were just
like,
creatives.
Yeah, we creative, man. We ain't into all that. But you know, Reek and us, we took that up with a passion. Like, yeah, let us handle it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We got it from
We got it.
Yeah, we got
Mojo gonna handle it.
Yeah, just let Mojo handle it.
Before the world knew how deep the dungeon really went. Before the South demanded its respect at the Source Awards. Before funk met raw Southern reality, there was Big Gipp. East Point raised, dungeon family built. Gipp was not just a member of Goody Mob. He was one of the voices that gave Atlanta its conscience. When he stepped on a track, it was not just bars. It was perspective. It was game. It was soul wrapped in bass. From the early dungeon days to the platinum plaques, Gipp always moved with that quiet authority. He did not chase attention. He commanded it. His cadence was different. His tone was unmistakable. And when he locked in on a verse, you felt the weight of it. He helped lay the foundation for Southern hip-hop to stand tall, not as a trend, but as a movement. Before the industry figured us out, Big Gipp was already speaking for us. This is legacy. This is foundation. This is Big Gipp. Now that's Atlanta culture.
Back at you with another episode of Atlanta Culture Podcast with me, your host, Moss B. This is part 2.
Yeah.
Of my brother Gipp. Man, what up, man? How you been doing? You back, ain't you?
East side.
Yeah, man. We had to finish. Look, the last episode, everybody was so mad you mentioned that East side.
Oh, man.
Look. they were like, come on, Gipp. They can't.
Like,
you know it's the West side.
I was like, yeah, but the club for us just started to the East side. Like Mojo grown. Mojo was in the San Susan.
Know that.
We wasn't in the San Susan.
They couldn't get in that San Susan.
In the San Susan. So when you look at the culture of the rap shit, no, it started for us, our era on the East side. Mm-hmm. We wasn't in the club with Mojo and Shadi and goddamn Raheem. We were looking up to them.
They were the old niggas.
they were the champs at the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I saw a lot of that. Must be going back and forth, but that let you know too that you had to be them kids that was outside. If you really wasn't outside and you heard about the stories, then you might have got the wrong story.
You did. They did. They wasn't outside. Like, you exactly right.
You had to be outside then, and you know, even when it comes to the skating ring culture of Atlanta, you wasn't at the Golden Glide, the Sparkles, the Santowns, the Jelly Bean, man. You don't really know what's going on, man. Cause you had to start there first.
Nah, you're right. Everything started from the skating ring. You know that shit. Know that. That's the first place we can go to.
Yeah.
As babies, nigga. Then you grow up to get in the clubs.
You went to the skating ring, and then you got dropped off at the mall.
Yeah. 1,000. Yep, that's it. Your local mall, you got dropped. For me, it was South DeKalb Mall and Golden Glide.
All that green, brown jelly bean.
I already know. Look, it's the same look. Well, I go over there to spend night at Polo House.
Yeah.
Nigga, Miss Jones drop our ass up there at Greenbrier. Yep.
There it is.
We be up there all damn day.
All day, man.
Yep. But look, we left off and we were talking about Cee-Lo, man, and Cee-Lo going solo, man. So tell me, what impact did that have on the group when Cee-Lo decided to go solo?
It was a big impact because at that time, you know, it was so much going on. Mm-hmm. Didn't fault Shorty for wanting to do what he wanted to do at the time. It was so much going on. Like, you know, that's when LA decided to sell the face. Our third album came out. He started talking about it as we was recording World Party, that he wanted to go and do it. And you know, it was, you know, basically because everybody knew what was going on at LaFace, you know what I mean? It was like, LA was kind of, let's sell LaFace. He was gonna move and go to New York with Pink and start a whole new thing. And I was offered a solo deal and Cee-Lo was offered a solo deal. So it was a time of, you know, it was so much going on. being kind of like, you know, you have your set rules of how you do things, your shows, the people you talk to, you get to these towns, and then once the face disappeared overnight, it was kind of like, just think about that, having 3 albums and three just institutions of how we moving albums and the people we moving them with, and then overnight that's gone.
Yeah,
it was kind of like starting all the way over, and you already a gold and platinum artist. You know what I mean? But the ways and the people that you talk to, the moody albums, is changing. So, you know, he went to New York. He put his first album out. I went in there, and I kind of felt like if I put an album out right now, it probably won't be another Goody Mob album. So I went to LA and I said, release me. And I took my album to Koch. And at that time, it's me, Jim Jones, and all of that. Like, our records really moved that Koch into another stratosphere, because
they were sitting kind of underground label.
Yeah, it was still underground, and they you know, they dropped ball. Jim dropped Ballin', Gibby dropped Stepping Out with Sleepy, and it really took that label to another level. You know what I mean? But it was just a time of just kind of frustration for me, because I never wanted to be a solo artist. Like, I never cared about the solo thing. To be a solo artist, you got to be in a certain mindset, and I never had to be in that certain mindset. You know, I never had to be a selfish person. I never had to be a just me person. Like, it was always cool for me. So me having to do a solo album, I went into it feeling like I was being forced to do it. So
you like the family atmosphere.
Yeah, like I it's cool. The solo shit, that's cool, you know. But I just never been a person like that. Yoda always raised me to be the crew, so I only knew crew. So when it was time to do a solo album, I was kind of like, And then I was going through a divorce and shit, so it was kind of like,
that's a lot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was kind of like, oh, okay, like I can't even be excited about, you know, the success of Stepping Out, because it was like I'm going through a divorce. You know what I mean? So outside of that, we got through that. I got on to the you know, the Dirty NT situation. I dropped the album, the only solo album on Koch. And then I went on and started doing the Situations Kinfolk with Ali, with Dirty NT. So it was a time, but it was a time that I felt like could have been handled better. You know what I mean? Could have been handled better. That's all.
I wanted to ask you this, man. Why did it take 15 years to get the reconciliation for y'all getting back together?
Well, it was a lot. Reconciliation was already kind of like together. We had reconciled and all that shit by 2000 something. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been a Goody Mob album way before, you know, when you did hear it. And the reason why is we were working on the Goody Mob album, but at that time, Danger Mouse sent them records. And while we working on the Goody Mob album, Lo recorded Crazy and sent it back to Danger Mouse.
And that shit caught fire.
And that shit caught fire in Europe.
Yeah.
And shoot, I ain't see Cee-Lo for 5 years after that.
And rightfully so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he had to go get that little money.
He had to go get it. So I mean, like, if you think about it, really you would have got an album in 2004, 2003.
Yeah.
But when he caught with that Crazy, it was like, man, he caught and he was gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. But I mean, at the same time too, taught us how to survive.
Yeah, you got to go get it. Now you back.
It's like where everybody at now with the younger generation. You know what I mean? Like, once you do 10 years in this game, you get tired. I don't care who you is. And either you revamp, catch a new vibe, new producers, new sound, and move on, or you kind of like you go into self-depression.
I can see that.
Because it's almost like no more shows. You got to figure out how to survive. You know what I mean? Goody Mob was a touring group. So us we always moved. So it was like, you knew you could take care of your house, your cars, all that kind of shit with being on the road and still have paper. But when you don't have the road, that's when artists have to really figure this shit out.
That's where the money come from.
It's like, man, like, yeah, you do an album, but you know, most of the time you get them albums after the lawyers, accountants, everybody get their little piece, man. You been and got a little goddamn some go to the store money, some gas money, you know. So really your real money came from the road, and Goody Mob was always a touring act. So it put me back in survival mode.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man, Gipp was in Vegas, man.
Figuring it out, huh?
Yeah. You know, I was in Vegas, man. I was in Vegas and then in LA and St. Louis. Like, shit, I lived in New York and Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I was everywhere. You know what I mean? But it was because having to understand and had to learn how to survive again without music.
So let me ask you this, man. What inspired the song Fly Away?
Because so many people were coming down here at the time. That was the bad boy era of being in Atlanta. And a lot of people that was coming to Atlanta. You know, our main thing was like, you come to Atlanta, but you gonna respect Atlanta. What we was conscious of is watching other cities go to other cities and take their city over. We wasn't going for that one. That was the one thing that we were like, the number one thing we not doing is letting nobody set up on our block.
Look, man, we just had, right before y'all did that, not too long before that, we just had the Miami boys try to come in and we had to run them up out of here.
And it was like the same thing with the music, you know what I mean? For everybody that came here and went to school at the AU, they family. Like everybody, you know, from the Super Friends, Mars, them, like that, and you know, Biddy, you know what I mean, AJ, all them that really helped us cultivate this hip hop thing from the AU. They home, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we knew that it was a lot of people that came here that wanted to just take over.
Yeah.
And I don't know, most of them got beat up, shot, and sent up out of here in a box. You know what I mean? If they came with their foolishness, man, they met their match. And it's like, we had to really put that down. Like, we was on a tear for a minute. Like, that first Outkast and Goody Mob round, we just went around town. I tell people all the time, bro, the 100 Deep started with us. Like people seen us 50, 100 Deep first. Like, BMF used to come to the dungeon. Like seeing, you know, like Meech and all that. First time seeing Meech them were playing dice at the dungeon. And I'm just like, who are that? You know what I mean? That's some BMF niggas. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, real shit. Yeah, some more niggas.
You know what I mean? So, but we understood that, and I saw the disrespect that were given to certain people. You know what I mean? Giving to Jermaine, giving to Dallas. You know what I mean? That's why Reek wasn't. He was like, nah, we gonna start off with this first. Like, respect.
No, 1,000. 1,000.
And you know, like, our big brother like JD and Dallas, they wasn't into all that.
No, they wasn't.
They wasn't never into all that.
They were just creatives.
Yeah, we creative, man. We ain't into all that. But you know, Reek and us, we took that up with a passion. Like, yeah, let us handle it.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We got it.
We got it.
Yeah, we got
Mojo gonna handle it.
Yeah, just let Mojo handle it. Look, that started way back then, man. We let Mojo handle it back then. Now it's our turn to handle it.
We gonna handle it.
Look, who was Cee-Lo talking about on that song?
Well, not really basically talking about just one person, you know what I mean? I just think it was just the incidents that had happened around us that, you know, we felt a little disrespected in the way people were acting, you know what I mean? Like, you can be you know, you can put up a little bravado on it too, but, you know, once it start getting a little bit too loud, then it's disrespect. And I think that's why that song, and I think it was one incident that happened when we did the Bad Boy and Organized Noise weekend. You know, it was one incident that happened at the dungeon when we playing Bad Boy. But shit, Puff showed up with goddamn New York Knicks, man. Like, goddamn, like that man got basketball, that NBA players out here, man. Like, you know what I mean? So we thought it was gonna be some just we playing bad boy. No, bro, we playing the New York Knicks.
Say that nigga. say, look, there wasn't no artists out there. That nigga came with John Starks and shit.
Man, that nigga had New York Knicks, man. Like, so it was like for us, it was like, damn, it's always a 1-2 with these folks, man. We got to be prepared for these folks. These
Cause
folks
they don't come with the gusto. It ain't nothing friendly. They come with I got you.
And then for them to whoop us at the dungeon, we kind of like, hell no. Hell no, man.
Not on home turf.
Yeah, like they did that one. It was like, bro, I think that song came, Flyway, everything that was on that album that went that way, it was because of that.
It was some of that shit, Look, you know the fans still want to know, man. You still eating that banana with the mayonnaise?
Yeah, man.
you still got that sliced toast on the napkins?
Hey, bro, I seen old Clyde put a me up the other day talking about he cooked, and he put that up. I said, yeah, that's a country boy plate right there. I'm talking slice that banana, throw that syrup on there, and toast that bread, man. Bust stop. We eating Burger King.
Look, and back in them days, man, a lot of folks don't know, man. You was out there hanging with Pac, man.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of them stories and them experiences of you hanging out there with Pac.
Pac was just one thing about Pac, man. Pac was just he was the ultimate Gemini. He was the ultimate because it was almost like, man, what I think and what I see, I'm gonna go for it. You know what I mean? I think our first thing that really happened with our first incident happened with Tupac when it was parental advisory opening up for Tupac at the AU. Man, and that was the night he told we gonna ride in this motherfucker, man. Pac was crunk, cause Pac he was filming Above the Rim during this time. So he was coming in, looked straight off set, looking straight just like the character. Like,
see, he had the bandana tied up.
All that shit, man. And he jumped up there and started doing this thing, and he was late. And you know, we at the AU, you know, it's a time on them campuses. You know, like, boy, they gonna pull the plug at a certain time. So he probably had about 15 minutes left. He got there late. Boom. He got on stage and we was like, man, y'all cut this shit out, man. I'm started riding this motherfucker. And that was the first time I heard somebody say that. I was like, what? A ride? And while he doing all this, bruh, Cujo get locked up at the back door. He got an ounce in his pocket. There's all kind of shit going on. And we left that situation, went to another club. He got on stage for a little bit. And some niggas started fucking with him, and he threw a bottle, and then he hit a girl. Then you know the Atlanta niggas like, oh man, we got to get you now. So,
Pac done hit a heifer with a bottle.
Yeah, damn boy, we had to get him out of there, man. So it's just always been something with him, man. Like every time we hook up, it's always so much fun, but so mysterious at the same time, man. Like. It's always just been something with me and him and the Goody, man. And he always loved us, man. Like he really always was like, bruh, he always knew even before he went to jail the first time that he wanted to be in Atlanta.
I can believe that. I can see Pac definitely wanted to be in Atlanta.
He wanted to be here, you know what I mean? But it was so much going on during that time, bro. He was in Atlanta a lot. That case happened.
The case happened,
he
definitely.
Fuck around, and he went to New York. He caught the case. He had to go to jail. And it was kind of like, as soon as that Me Against the World album hit the street, man, it was like, wow, bro. Like, if this guy was out with this shit, like, he missed so much money with that album. That album, yeah, man, he missed money. Like, he missed so much, cause
a lot of people don't know he's locked up that whole time.
Yeah, he never even got to perform them songs. Like, man, like, cause when he got out, he was just all about Me Against the World. I mean,
when he was over there with
when he did the double album.
All Eyes on Me.
Once he did All Eyes on Me, he didn't even go back and do that album. Like, God, but on that album, it was like, I just remember just seeing so many people. That's the first time I think I saw us as a culture start tattooing his album covers and the name of his songs on people's bodies. Like I had seen it with us. I had seen people put trees. I've seen people put Goody Mob, Outkast. I started seeing it with us. But he was kind of like the other person that I saw where people just looked at his music like that's something I could put in my scheme.
Yeah.
You know
something,
what I mean?
yeah, you can roll with forever.
And I remember we went to goddamn Whitewaters one day and I seen the dude with his shirt off. He had Me Against the World on his back and I was just like, wow.
Oh yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And it got locked up, man. Like, and this some of his best work.
Might have been his best work.
That album there was mind blowing.
Bill, that had that shed so many tears.
What?
Dear Mama, that Dear Mama, like you can't look. That was one you could just put in and ride.
I'm talking about, and when people be like, you know, I see what's going on out here. You know, you see what they call the slider era, the whatever this is, we in the shooter era or whatever. But that was the heart era.
Yeah.
That's when they got
no. Yeah, you put on something to cry to that thing.
Yeah, bro, you got in the car, bro, and anything you going through, you will put these songs on it. Just ride 285, bro. Think about that shit, man. Like that heart music, man. Like, and that was always our thing. Like, if you can make somebody have feelings about what you saying, then you saying something. And I think that
that's what music about.
That's the only thing music about. And I think the only one that's really been able to hold that in the new era is Future. It made people love him to the fact where whatever he say, they living by it.
Yeah.
And everybody don't get that. You know what I mean?
Right.
You had a lot of people have a lot of success in Atlanta, but it's like, yeah, I see your success, but I don't want to be you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's certain niggas that need to be like, man.
No, Pac, look, when that Outlaw came on, man, I was ready to get my gun and lean out the window and ain't nothing gangster about me. I like, Outlaw! I'm ready to let that thing ride sideways, man. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. That was the thing, like, to go back in the studio and have an album like that at that time.
Look, so man, y'all pioneers of hip hop, man. What do you think the impact of Dungeon Family had and left on hip hop?
It gave the world a real description of what the South and what Atlanta was about. It really gave people a book to be able to go into to see what this Southern culture was about and how we did it and how passionate we was about our music and what we were standing on. It was like everybody was passionate about what they stood on. Like New York was passionate about their fashion, New York being where it come from and everything, just like the West Coast was all about the sets. It was all about Bloods and Crips, Vatos and everything else. And Atlanta, we wanted the people to understand that this is the home of King.
Yeah.
We are the one that changed it and made it better for everybody in the United States, because our elders was totally different than y'all elders. New York, y'all elders might have been in the hip hop, drugs, and this, that, and the other, you know, selling that bag. In LA, it was about the set, Tookie Williams and Puddin'. You know, it was about them putting down what the West was. And for us, we had to make sure.
We the home of the civil rights movement.
We the home of the civil rights. We the ones that's gonna speak for our people and speak in an intelligent way and show you from what we speaking on, we then took our words and we made it reality. You can look at our city and tell our city way more different than any other. You can look at a lot of other black cities, but it ain't gonna look like Atlanta.
No doubt.
It seemed like a lot of the other black cities that was really what they coined as black cities, like Philadelphia, Detroit. When I was going to these cities, I was like, damn, bro, like, shit, it's different.
It is.
You know what I mean? Way different. A lot, the way people live different.
Definitely.
The culture different. You know, when I see a city where I see trash everywhere and all that kind of shit, I be like, damn, like the city broke.
Yeah, they dead industrial cities.
They lost their pride. You know what I mean? Like, when I remember the first time we performed in St. Andrews in Detroit, where they made, you know, where Eminem did the movie. we used to be at that actual club, St. Andrews, and I remember one time we were doing sound check, and I was sitting sitting outside the sound check, and this little boy came up to me. He was like, "Y'all from the South?" And we were like, "Yeah." He was like, "Do y'all got TV down there? Do y'all got cars down there?" Like, they really, you know what I mean? At that time,
They thought we was barefoot.
I was like,
some porch monkeys.
And it was a trip to me because I was just like, man, this is what these people tell these. This is what these people teach these people. Like, man, do you understand? Like, them folk back home got acres of land and houses, man. They might live a slow life, but they life way different and way better than yours because you living in somebody's apartment building. Them people got land to work with and go get money with. And they way more different in lifestyle than yours. So it's like, but just to hear that come from a young kid, like, dang, like, they think people in the South goddamn still in the 20s or something. You know what I mean? I was just like, nah, bro, like, and it was an eye opener to me because I'm you know, we getting into these cities and we going around and we doing this, we doing in stores and and you actually getting to see these cities and you like, damn, bro, like, people just actually live like this. You know what I mean? And not that it's not, this their environment, this is what they grew up on. But at the same time, it's like, I could look at it and say, yeah, I might come from a slower place, but I come from an understanding, why it's slow. It's slow because people understand what they here for and their purpose.
No doubt.
You know what I mean? That's all.
Look, so let me ask you this, man. Future was a product of the Dungeon family, man.
Yeah.
What you think he learned from y'all to make him as successful as he is?
He had Reek.
Yeah,
He had Reek, man. He had Reek that anything that the streets could show him, Reek showed him the streets and how to get it the right way. So even though we was always street niggas, it was always hustlers in the Dungeon, man. Always niggas that did what they did. You know what I mean? But you know, Reek was the biggest. Reek was the biggest out of all of us. Like moving anything, Reek was the biggest. You know what I mean? So when Reek got to where Reek had millions of dollars, Reek still lived like he was in the low guards.
Yeah, I can see that from Reek.
Like Reek didn't, even with Reek having money, like Reek didn't give a fuck about money like that. Reek happy when everybody in the house and he in there trying to fix everybody something to eat. And he in there trying to be daddy to everybody.
Yeah.
That's what made Reek happy. Like seeing you eat.
Yeah.
You know, like he really didn't care about the money. Like he would take, like he would have a Porsche and not drive it. Or only, I mean, like a lot of times, a lot of the cars and shit that he had, we missed it because we was on the road. So only the ones that really got to have fun with Reek was the Connect, was like Boulevard, Future, you know,
all the people that wasn't making the money for him.
G-Rock, like, but the Connect, the young guys, like, cause Outkast was out, Good Mom was out. So when the money really came in, the organized noise, it was just Reek, Ramon, and the Connect at the Dungeon.
Yeah.
And man, they all the ones was like, man, we got them, man, y'all don't even remember Reek in the Range Rover, remember Reek in the Porsche, remember Reek in this, and I'm just like, bro, we were gone.
Yeah, we was on the road, dude. No, real shit.
Yeah, Future had Reek in Orlando to really help him get his business together. And once he got there, you know, LA moving and he in New York and Epic and Sylvia and all that, Reek being there to get him his deal right, where he didn't need nobody no more. All he had to do is just keep coming with the music. And I think he's done that, man. Like, he's really stood up for the Dungeon, man. He ain't stood up for his own brand, man. Free Band's his own movement, man. Love his brother Casino. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they just always just was quiet. But at the same time, man, look at what the, you know, quiet folks got there and bring a lot of noise when they open their mouth. He did that. But hey, man, what you think about Drake?
Hey, man, this that shit, folks.
Hey, man.
Look, I'm gonna have to goddamn get my dad a couple of these, man.
Your dad gonna like these.
Yeah, he the THC man, man.
If you get into these, you'll put beers down.
Say he done with the beer.
You ain't stunned about no beer no more.
Yeah,
you
this
just do this right here, non-alcoholic, black ice, man. Like,
look. Speaking of that, so I know you don't drink a lot of alcohol because of some family issues.
Yeah.
Explain to the people of that why you switched over from that and doing this.
Well, I couldn't hang with everybody. Everybody was tequila drinkers.
Mm-hmm.
And since Gipp wasn't no tequila drinker, I just started thinking about ways I could socially drink. Mm-hmm. And I said, I like to smoke. That's what I like. That's my gig. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And man, we created these a couple of months back, man. And I got them done in Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. I got 3 flavors of Sex on the Peach, Storm Chaser. This for the dark drinkers. It got ginger in it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the dark drinkers, they like bourbons and yaks and all that. They love the Storm Chaser. Black ice. This was like that cranberry lemon to me. You know, this was just something that I wanted to put together.
Black ice.
You know what I mean? This shit. And then I felt like I did the black can. The black can. This is the same thing. The black and the blue can is the same thing, but this was for the fans, bro. This is like a collector's item. The Rock and Roll Hall Edition can, and then it comes with a place for all 3 of us to sign.
Oh, that
was on the record.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So if you catch me, Big, or Dre somewhere, you got your can, you can get signature.
Gotcha.
So there it is, man.
So let me ask you this, man. You always a beacon of truth, hope, and life when it comes to the politics and what's going on out here in the street, man. Mm-hmm. Tell me, what's your origin story of that, man? And how important it is to you.
It's important to me because I see, and I've always known that in this business kind of like, they take advantage of kids that don't come from families, that don't come from structure. You know, those are the ones that go out here and just be like, I'm gonna do everything they say do, and then wind up in the back of the building with, shoestring holding up your pants. Because you don't believe these folk lies. And these folks will tell you they'll make you a star. But really all they doing is making you a slave to their rhythm.
Yeah.
And unless you know what you want to stand for in their business, you'll do whatever they want you to do. They'll make their money and then they'll put you outdoors. I mean, Lil Nas X, example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll take a kid from Cobb County. He'll do one song where you think he on some cowboy shit. Then the next time he come back, he got millions all on the stage.
Ain't that the truth?
You know what I mean? So I ain't tripping about what you're into personally. I'm just saying that wasn't how you presented yourself. That ain't how you present.
There you go.
So when you came back and you looked at it like this, then I was like, oh, okay, they ain't got you.
Yeah.
So that's just, I've always been against that. Like I've always been, like I'm not doing what they say. I'm gonna do what I know I'm here for. And since I've always had parents that listen to whatever I'm doing, I couldn't do a lot of things or say a lot of things because I was incriminating myself with them. And at the same time, I was kind of like misrepresenting them out in the public.
I say that I love my dad listens to my music, and I come from such I like, man, I can't embarrass them.
I can't even say I used to talk to Corrupt them all the time, be like, bro, we couldn't say what y'all said. Like us going in there with a song called Bitches Ain't Shit But Hoes and Trick, man, them folk would have been like, boy, stop.
Look,
like, we ain't doing that.
Look, mama would have came down. Nigga, what the hell just came out your mouth?
Not that it wasn't a great song from their culture and where they from. I'm just saying, if I said it over here in where we from,
I'm with you.
It wouldn't have been accepted.
I'm with you.
Like how it was accepted out west. And I was just like, bro, like, that's why we did songs like Guess Who, where we dedicated that to our mothers. Like, shit, man. And most of the time, but especially like coming up in Atlanta, man, like, if you did get locked up early, you didn't want your daddy to come get you. Most of the time, you want your mama to come get you because you can goddamn at least work your moves.
Yeah, you can play on her heartstrings. Dad was coming to whoop your ass.
Yeah, it was like that nigga. All you heard was the boots coming in the house and him nigga walking to your room. Like, man, that nigga about to come.
Look, dog, that's 100%. Look, it was funny. The first time I got locked up, right? I was trying to figure out how not to call my dad. They were like, they're like, you not worried about going to jail? I said, yeah, just don't let my dad get the car. Yeah. I was like, no, nigga.
I had a manager at 16, 17, so I called my manager first time. I got locked up on, we got locked up on Bankhead.
Yeah.
We locked up on Bankhead, man. And I just remember like, boy, don't call my mama. I know I'm gonna have to call both of them folks on their job. I was like, Buster, I'm gonna call my manager.
Yeah, real shit. Anything that avoid that conflict.
That's when I started like, okay, now I know what the manager for. Come get me, I'm in trouble.
Look, while we talking about the industry right now, tell me your perspective on what's going on now in the industry, man. How do you feel what's going on with hip hop today?
They sold it off. They sold it off. The folks up there in New York sold it off.
They sold it all, huh?
They sold it off.
We ain't got no control over this shit no more.
And I think that they sold it off because, first of all, they couldn't control. And I'm not talking about the culture, y'all. I'm not the black folk guy. I ain't talking about us black people. I'm talking about the folks, the white people that was at the top that went to the other folks and got the money. They sold it off to some other folk that had the money. Them folk don't care nothing about music, don't care nothing about art. They just care something about numbers and having a profit. And I think that's the reason why music at this point has turned into mush, because you got so many people that's not in the music business for the music. They into it for a lick. Because it had a couple of great years and people couldn't see that profit that was made. And it was almost like, shit, I'm gonna get into this. I don't really care about music. I just care about whatever gonna make these people react, go to the store. So you had the emergence of every type of music, you know, like even with gangster music, when you go back to the LA culture, it was gangster, but it was well produced. And the stories were well put together. And at that time, it was like listening to a movie on music. It was like listening to movies that was recorded. And that shit was exciting for that time. And it was done, I think, at the best of their ability. And we're having Dr. Dre there, Eazy-E, and a lot of them that was there at the beginning. People really wanted to give you the best example of what the West Coast lifestyle was. And I think we lost a lot of that. Once we went into this 360 era, and I say it out loud, I think that all the executives that was in the game, once the eras of, once Outkast became who they is, once you had the DMXs, the Jay-Z's, the Murder Incs, all of this going on, I think that them people couldn't control the bag no more. They couldn't control it no more. And I think that them people started getting jealous of the success. Like, nobody had seen the success that Eminem had. Like, to drop your first album and have a movie. Like, that shit was crazy. And I think that after Eminem did that, Eminem became an artist so big that the record companies, nobody could tell him what to do. I mean, dude can fill a goddamn stadium up right now. And it's not gonna stop his back. He just don't go get the money. The money always gonna be there for him. You know what I mean? But when you watch stuff like that, you say, okay, it seemed like after they took certain people to certain levels, they couldn't stop the southern thing going on. They couldn't stop the West Coast thing going on. So what they had to do is figure out a way how to control these artists from now on. And that was the 360 deal. Once the 360 was implemented into the game, I think it was already headed for disaster.
Let me ask you this. So do you feel like this generation of hip hop is a dying generation, or do we got room to grow and recover from this?
Oh no, this is when it recovers. Because I think the hip hop had been through this before. I mean, if you wasn't here in the early stages, like, to me, hip hop had went to this level like once we was accepted into the MTV world. You know, like, when you go back and you look at certain artists like Sir Mix-a-Lot, like, they had a real big white crowd.
Yeah, commercialized.
A lot of those artists that had those big one-time records really crossed over into a whole nother world. And I think that MTV really took the beginning stages of rap, and certain ones of them went pop. But only certain ones survived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you look at it, you like, shit, from the West, you got to give it to Ice-T. Like, he survived everything and went to TV. Like, Ice-T been on TV for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, if he's not an example, I don't know what you're looking at. You know what I mean? And I just look at the 360 deal. Like, I could never go back into a major deal because they were trying 360 anything I got going on.
Yeah.
I can't do that. That's slavery. That's like signing up for somebody to pimp you.
Them white folks trying to recover.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm not, but I do say this. It's been great for artists who had catalogs. Like this whole big, they going out here buying catalogs for all the ones that they came and dropped you a $30 or $40 million check. Man, be great, be grateful. Love that.
You say, but the ones that's trying to get up off the ground, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you already sold what you had, it's over with. I ain't never did a publishing deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is to get no big old check from them folks. But at the same time too, hey man, them other folks don't sell they shit either.
Yeah.
So I'm just different. Like, I'll wait on it.
Yeah. It'll come back around.
It's still gonna come.
Yeah, it'll come back around.
And for the ones that got you 30, 40 million, shit, man, once I think about it, I'm like, okay, taxes hit that thing about 20.
Yeah, they cutting it in half.
Then your manager and your thing, that whole gonna go down to about 18, 15. Then you still really didn't get your 40.
Yeah.
You know?
Look, and I heard you say this too. You always say that they overpay for ignorance.
Yeah.
And they underpay for intelligence, man.
Right.
Elaborate on that one for me too.
That's why they had to make Kendrick Lamar as big as he is. It ain't been none as big as Kendrick since Outkast or Goody Mob that big. You know what I mean? That was intelligent. That was looked at as intelligent. You know what I mean? Or looked at as a smart rapper. You know what I mean? All the street rappers got them budgets, man. That's what they wanted.
They wanted to make us ignorant.
They wanted everything to be about the streets. They didn't want it being intelligent. I think that was a lot of reason why they killed New York.
Yeah.
You know, systematically they killed New York because of our hero. Like, I listened to King's Son, I listened to Professor X, I listened to all of that, like, and that shit had us thinking a certain type of way. Like, listening to Public Enemy and listening to Chuck D had you thinking a certain type of way. And I think them people didn't like us thinking like that.
They had to kill, that's social engineering. They had to kill us. They had to kill our mind.
It was almost like, no, and you got to look at now, like, it's more successful street rappers than anything in the game.
1000%.
You know what I mean? As long as you was a street, and I mean,
and that's systematically designed.
Yeah, it was designed because it's like, even if you even just go to New York and just look at New York, like, at one time it was Kool Moe Dee against goddamn Moe Dee. Kool Moe Dee against goddamn who was Moe Dee against? Oh God, Gipp, you're going through your shit right now. But it's always been the good rapper against the street rapper. Even when you got down to Jay-Z and Nas.
Yeah. Nas was the intelligent
Nas was the intelligent one. Jay was the street one.
It's crazy.
Nas got ran out of New York, winded up in Atlanta. Because New York chose the streets. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So if you look at how shit kind of went down, it was like, damn, it was like, we wanted to be intelligent, but then the streets were so alluring to those that didn't know nothing about the streets. So those stories and those type of things became more popular. But I think, but look at it now.
They glorified.
They glorified it. And even if I look at it now, like, you can say everything you want to say about Future, but ain't no way he get that high and he doing this much music.
No, I agree.
So
I totally agree.
That's the part that
Yeah.
makes him smart as fuck, because it's almost like, nah, dog, he didn't really fall into the real lifestyle of it all.
That shit is strictly entertainment.
And we know,
you ain't
like,
using all them goddamn drugs.
motherfuckers sipping all day and smoking all and throwing the perks and the irks back. Like, you ain't doing no music. You somewhere high, waking up 3 days later talking about what day is it?
What
day is it? What Thursday?
Yeah. Look, I told some little kids that I say, man ain't doing that shit, man. He can't put out he can't do all that shit, do that.
It take 2-3 days to come back from that shit, man.
Sure
You would not be doing music. So that's the genius behind him. Like, that's the genius. And now he sold his publishing shit. He can re-up, go put out 20 more albums, go get another chick. So to me, I'm like, no, you can't really. You gotta take your hat off to that. You know what I mean?
Finesse. That's a finesse move.
And I mean, because I think that's what they try and hold against Wayne.
Gotcha.
And Wayne one of the greatest. I don't care if you could put Wayne against anybody, and I think his catalog can stand up against whoever you want to put him up against.
Wayne hard.
You know what I mean? But you know, a lot of people try and use what somebody personally do as a reason, also a reason to. Can I tell you this?
Go ahead.
OG, Randy, what you doing? I'm in front of about 5 cameras. As soon as I finish, I'm gonna call you right back. we promoting Zaga right now. We promoting Zaga. All right. See, that's my partner right there.
I knew what it was when you said that. You gotta make it look good. Yeah, we gotta promote this Zaga right now.
I think that where we are right now, really in music, is that it's our responsibility to police ourselves. That's where we are in music right now, because contractually, anything can be given to these kids. These kids are not gonna understand that shit. All these kids gonna understand is a number or some money they about to get.
Oh, no doubt.
And I would say this is that for any kids and anybody that want to be in the music business, learn what about yourself is the most productive. That means you don't always have to put your time and effort into music. Figure out other ways to get money while you got this platform. And because being in front of the camera and being in front of the mic, everybody don't get them long runs. But it's a lot of people that didn't figure out how to stay in the game behind the camera.
Let me ask you this, man. Us in the South, we always gonna say Andre is the best rapper. Right? Why do you think the people up north always say it's Jay-Z, and they say it's hands down Jay-Z, and they say we shouldn't even look into Andre being one of the best rapper ever?
Well, I mean, I just look at it like goddamn Coke and Pepsi.
Okay.
Man, we Coke over here, man.
Yeah.
Y'all Pepsi over there.
1,000%.
It's
the original, man.
It's like ain't nobody in Atlanta that come from here gonna say anything outside Atlanta better than what come from Atlanta.
Right about that.
I understand how y'all feel. I ain't grow up in buildings and I grew up in front yards and big old houses.
We had a yard. We had fresh air.
Whole different kind of environment.
We heard crickets at night when we sleep. We could see the stars, that kind of shit.
It's just a totally different lifestyle. And I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I ain't lived in New York. Like, I ain't lived in Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So I understand the lifestyle. I understood the nightlife lifestyle. But I also understood that, hey, bro, like, ain't nothing like this South, man. Like, ain't nothing like these strip club culture. Ain't nothing, you can't duplicate this shit. You know, we've been riding cars since we've been 15, 16. Y'all didn't get no car, y'all probably grown. Some of y'all did because y'all was in the street. But I'm just saying, like, for us personally, our lifestyles and our heroes is totally different. You know what I mean? And even, I tell people this also. I tell people this in the West also. Because it's like that. The streets or the jails ain't never ran the culture of Atlanta. The streets were just something that walked simultaneously next to Atlanta.
I agree.
Like We heard of Terry White, but Terry White ain't never gonna be bigger than Jose Williams.
No, there you go. There you go,
That's
big
the difference
dog.
in Atlanta. That's the difference in
1,000.
Atlanta. Ain't no street figure gonna be bigger than anything that socially changed our world for the culture.
And they kind of coincide because all the stories I ever heard when I sit with the OGs, like them street niggas, were the one putting the money behind the civil rights nigga because they knew we needed them. They like, man, Martin needs some shoes and that shit.
And they never wanted that in Atlanta because what people don't understand is that Atlanta has always been a big, heavy, in the street, move some weight type of city. But it wasn't something that everybody talked about. And it wasn't something that was put out on the forefront. And in Atlanta,
that's some new shit anyway.
You didn't get no kudos for being a bully.
Nope.
And I think like that's like, you know, like when I used to hear stories of Tukey Williams and people like that, like I was like, damn, it's like
we didn't grow up like that.
We didn't grow up like that. Like we didn't grow up like everybody walked down the street wanted to Debo a nigga like, and if you did, most of the time they got handled.
And if you was a bigger dope deal, I was telling somebody this the other day, man, the big dope man might be the garbage man.
Yeah.
That nigga got them working 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You would never know it. And then he come back and had all the keys at his goddamn
And I think
mouth.
that was I would tell people that's the difference between what we did in the street and what they did in the street. Your dope boy might look like the actual what the dope boy looked like. Our dope boy might pull up in an old ragged ass truck, man, with some overalls on, boy, with fat pockets everywhere.
1,000%.
You know what I mean? And dirty shoes.
All that
crazy,
shit.
looking like your granddaddy, but then be like, boy, that's him.
Yeah, he got all, that's him, dude.
That's
him. Look, I wanted to ask you this too, because you know, Outkast went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I wanted to ask you this. What was your take on Gene Simmons saying that hip hop shouldn't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Well, I look at it like you really can't say that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if it ain't Chuck Berry and a lot of them that came way before you,
yeah, that actually made rock and roll.
They actually made rock and roll. Then I don't
Little
think,
Richards.
And then I look at it like you really, to a lot of people in the hip hop world, you would be a gimmick act.
Yeah, and that's what they was.
Like
paint
you had on a whole bunch of outfits,
paint your faces,
and I ain't never heard nobody really talk about you. Now your music might have been great, but I'm telling you, as a kid that grew up on rock and roll too. You were never one of the songs. Y'all songs wasn't what we were playing. You know what I mean? So it was a special kind of people that liked even y'all, because y'all was a gimmick rock group. Yeah, so to me, like, you really can't say that, because a lot of the things that helped Outkast become world renowned also helped y'all.
Yeah,
them being creative in the way they represented themselves to the public made them bigger than just normal people. And I think that you can't never really, a person, and especially where he stood, you wasn't never the guy. Like, you wasn't never the guy.
Just like you said earlier, I think they were real gimmicky.
Yeah, like,
they wasn't one of those what rock and roll people call, they were posers.
Yeah, like so by him saying, I'm kind of like, oh, buddy, like, you can't really say it, like.
And look at Gene Simmons today. He ain't dressing all that shit. Gene Simmons might be on there with a suit. I like, you ain't even staying true to your original shit.
And I look at people like Phil Collins is a bigger star than you.
I agree.
I look at people like Phil Collins. Like, I look at
he
people,
definitely got more soul.
Like I wasn't digging your kind of rock, because I didn't know if it had a little devil off in it. Like, I ain't fuck with your kind of rock. I fuck with the Phil Collins, man. Like, so to me personally, it's like anything else. It's like everybody got their thing they like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you saying that, and why now?
Why some of that slick? You know why?
Like why now?
You know why?
Like a lot of people beforehand went in there, they only talked about one thing. At least these boys catalog go from this to this to that to that. Other people represented one thing only. Like, come on, bro. We for that to happen, it always just makes us be like, Now you know some of the best rock groups came from Atlanta, Georgia, right? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do your history.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Them Freebirds and all that type of shit, that's from Jonesboro, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I heard Freebirds with Tommy Wildfire Rich coming to the ring more than I heard your record.
Look, Gene Simmons out there hating. You know what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, it's the South always gonna get the hate because people don't want their representation of what it's supposed to be to ever change.
Mm-hmm.
So when people do it better and do their own interpretations and their own creativity, just is looked at a little bit more than what they getting right now. And then that same old bias of the South come out, folk. You know what I mean? We ain't supposed. Why would you just choose us and nobody else? You ain't say no when Eminem went in there.
Mm-hmm. You know
what I mean? Like at least I can say this: nothing before them, to me, was as talented.
I agree.
All around artists.
I agree.
3000 and Big Boy have been producing their own records since their second album. Mm-hmm. And neither one of them other two people that went in before them. Because even like if you look at it, it's like, I love Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. He good. He a great rapper. But to me, it's LL Cool J. That's just what it is. LL Cool J made everything cool when I was a kid.
Yeah.
He made jogging suits cool. He made hollering at a girl cool. Mm-hmm. He made everything that was cool when I was a youth. Mm-hmm. So for me, and personally, Rakim.
Yeah, Rakim. I was a Rakim fan.
You know what I mean? Rakim came out, bro. I was 8th grade, 82 Headland, boy. 65 cents to get on the goddamn motor bus. Mm-hmm. 65 cents, bro. I'm listening to goddamn Paid in Full. Like, Jesus, now I want that rope he got on.
Yeah, Duke
Where he get that goddamn jogging suit?
Yeah, for real. Real shit.
It was like everything about them guys, to me, represented everything that I couldn't have.
Yeah.
Like, I would say by the time Jay got here, anything Jay was doing, we felt like we could have.
Yeah.
But when you were looking at Rakim and you were looking at LL, you were like, bro, I know I can't afford that goddamn rope, boy. His DJ got on, boy.
That troop suit might be a little too high for him.
Everything was just exciting to watch. And I'm just like, once it was just t-shirt, jeans, and Timberland boots, I was like, oh, okay. Oh, it's flip-flops and socks, man, over here.
Say we ain't got to do all that no more.
Flip-flops and socks. So look, I love it, and I love that people love who they love. But I mean, shit, bro, you gonna have to die and come back to do what we did.
Yeah, that's true. Look, it's coming up. I got about a few more I got to get out. Now we'll be done. Look, Atlanta architecture has changed dramatically, man. So, with politics, everything is moving in a different direction. Do you ever think that we'll see a white mayor? I know what I think.
We could. I think it's coming. I think it's coming, but I think also that what we gotta understand is everybody that's different from us don't mean that they can't be good. You know what I mean? We just have to start watching people and understanding who people really here for. Because what we've been able to watch with this new political thing is all this shit fake, all this shit funded, and most of the time they gonna put who they want in these offices. But it's like anything else. We gotta just pay attention to our community, man, and stay vigilant about being in front. Stay vigilant about teaching the history, and the cards gonna fall where they may. But one thing I'm saying to Atlanta is, before we let these folk come in here and take over, Gipp gonna run for office.
Y'all, look, y'all heard it here first.
I'ma run.
Gipp gonna run.
I'ma run. Since everybody feel like they can run, before I let out-of-towners come in here and run our city, I'm running.
I'm with you.
I'm running. I ain't doing that. I'm not gonna let nobody come into our city and start implementing they shit and they way of life.
You already down there at the capital every other goddamn month.
Yeah, I'm fighting a lot because it's like they trying their best to keep us out certain areas, and I'm gonna try my best to stay in the rooms. You know what I mean? Because it's like, man, you can't have this great Atlanta without our music and our presence helping this city get to this level. So I'm like, I'm not gonna let somebody come in here who ain't from around here trying to change our way of life. I'm not gonna do that.
Let me ask you this, man. Who are some of your Atlanta pioneers you feel don't get their recognition? Just name about 4 of them.
I'ma just producer DJ Toon.
Okay.
I have to say, I have to go back to Mojo. I got to go back to Raheem. I got to go back to Shadi.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Cause if it wasn't for them, you know, and then even I got to put the hard boys in there.
That's not bad. Yeah, they definitely that's a good one.
I got to put the hard boys and also Ghetto Mafia.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for them two, like they showed us what the streets look like. You know what I mean? Them two groups right there.
I always say the hard boys were our ghetto boys.
Yeah, man. The hard boys and even Wicked them, bro. When I just go back and start listening to some of them songs, I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah, they were ahead of their time.
Like, just another day. And it was like, man, they were killing that East Side shit. Man. Wicked and Sharp, man, they really when you really go back and look and listen to what they were saying, they were standing on it then. And it had everything, the ingredients of Atlanta, because it was still smart. We get into the money, but at least we trying to be smart about it. You know what I mean? We know it ain't right, but goddamn, what you want me to do?
Yeah. It was our story. It was our story.
I ain't going to get no temp job. Fuck that. I can't get a job at Six Flags. I got to work the middle, dude.
Look, got to hit the trap. Look, so which non-Atlanta artist inspired you the most?
Chuck D.
Gotcha. Me
Chuck
too.
D.
Me too.
Nobody made consciousness sell like him. Nobody made it sound like him. And ain't nobody topped that second album yet, to me.
To take a nation of millions. That was it.
No conscious album to me tops that album, because
it's the original, it's the blueprint.
It's the blueprint, and even if you look at the great thing that Kendrick just did, he didn't have a Flavor Flav to lighten certain situations.
Yep.
1000%. That's what made Public Enemy special, because, you know, Flavor could do 911 and a joke, and it was like he turned it into a party.
It would
on some real serious
and he was
shit.
actually giving you knowledge while he was making the part. Niggas said no, that 911 was a shot at the system, nigga.
So when you look at just the way they was able to take knowledge and turn it into entertainment, nobody did it better.
Yeah. Look, this is another question I gotta ask you, man, because you always been known for being pretty fly, man. You always had the coolest fits, always had the coolest women, man. Like, let me ask you this. Who do you think your top 4 dressed in Dungeon Family?
Oh. Oh, man.
Somebody gonna be mad out there. Cause somebody in there fresh that don't nobody know be fresh every day.
Yeah, like that's hard. It's 5 of us that is really
go on throw the 5. I'll let you take the 5.
You gotta start with Reek. He was the first. Sleepy
be short. Sleepy,
you know, like because you know, they were the U-boy back in the day, so they been fly with the goddamn chiffon shirts and the Papa Doos, and you know what I mean? They've been doing that since high school, so you gotta go Reek and Sleepy first. Me, 3,000.
You had 4.
But you got to put Big and Shawty in there. Cee-Lo got there, hit them niggas with the
I was about to say, Stevie pretty fresh too.
When he hit them niggas in the what we was doing, when we were doing the Dungeon Family album, he hit him with that Louis Vuitton all the way to the floor. like he killed him with that. Like that was special. 3000, you gotta remember that video. He hit him with the purple and white mink with the matching mink hat. Oh man. Yeah. It's 6 of us.
You keep ahead. Look, I ain't mad. Look, Gibbs ain't gonna leave nobody out.
Yeah, it's 6 of us because Cee-Lo had some crazy outfits.
Yeah, Cee-Lo, I was gonna say, I definitely put Cee in
He did some crazy outfits.
And pulled it off.
3000 and did some crazy outfits and pulled it off
for
you
sure.
know what I mean? Myself, I pulled off a lot of outfits.
1000%.
So, you know, like, and then like you got to put Reek and Pat on the end, just being just sharp guys. Like Reek he could go from street shit to executive shit, and then could tell us what was fresh on us. Like he put Dre in that braids shirt. You know what I mean? Like he dressed him in the first video. Like
put the Kango on.
You put that on, Shawty. Yeah, that right there, Shawty. Yeah, that right there.
Reek was back there with his shirt off.
Reek, he gave it. Like I'm like, man, he made having his shirt off fresh.
Yeah.
That motherfucking video starting, that nigga walking with them braids with that shirt off.
That shirt off.
That shit, I mean, I remember girl falling flat on their face then, and then they're like, woo, that nigga, that was like, woo, we go. That way. So it's like, yeah, man, like, them are the 6. Them the power 6 right there. I put up against anybody. You know.
Let me get into a little rapid fire with
Big,
you.
like Big Ice Cube. Big gonna keep that shit, dick it down all day, man. He gonna dig it down, let you know there's a pistol around, man. Dig it down, pistol around.
Dig it down, pistol around somewhere. Don't have to clown. Look, let me do a little rapid fire with you, man. What's most impactful in Atlanta, Freaknik or the '96 Olympics?
Woo-wee. Shit. Woo-wee, man. You hell with that one.
That's a good one.
Because, boy.
That's a good one.
I mean, as far as us, as far as the culture, as far as the kids, Freaknik. Now, as far as the city, as far as strip clubs.
Niggas coming here.
I'm talking about.
White folks coming here.
Yeah, like the old Atlanta, you talking about Nicky's and Montrez, and yeah, I just think they were both impactful for the city, but I think one was for the youth and one was for the adults.
Gotcha. So what's your answer? You thought I was gonna let you off that easy?
Freaknik, got
there you go. I'll take that. I'll take that. All right, Cee-Lo or Raheem?
God damn.
This shit ain't supposed to be easy, big bro.
Goddamn, goddamn, be like, boy, stop. You know who you heard on the goddamn radio going to 10th grade? Raheem the Dream.
Raheem the Dream.
Cause I could say that time Raheem was popping, and I'm just not hearing about Cee-Lo over there on going to the fish spot. And they saying, yo, you know, we got Cee-Lo. And that was the first time I heard Cee-Lo and that cocaine record. I remember he killed that whole summer, but
that eliminator killed.
That eliminator was just special to him.
Yeah, that shit was. That shit was. Well, like, we got a nigga from Atlanta rap like that.
On the morning traffic, on the morning V103, like we like, boy, like he ain't on WAOK, but on V103
V103, fresh party too. Look. So look, soul food is still standing.
Wow. Soul food was our raw self. Still standing was ourself, knowing what the fuck we got. and feeling confident in the shoes. So I would say soul food.
Okay. So
Because it was everybody. It was almost like we had been working so hard to get to that one place, and we all had our best raps. You know, our little book bag of raps. We had them then, and I think we was see that the special thing about soul food is that we didn't get to hear the album until it was together.
Like, it was done.
We never heard it. We never heard no songs together, none of that shit. We only heard two people going there rapping on one song, and then that shit might disappear. And then we might start on another song. We didn't get to hear the actual whole album until it was done. All the verses. So we got only Reek them knew what we sound like together. We only knew what we sound like on
we did
songs.
our verse. Yeah.
So now Soul Food was the most exciting because it showed that Reek them knew how to produce us.
Oh yeah. Put the album together.
Put the album together.
You got I need to know what's the best verse on Watch for the Hook. Who had the best verse?
Shit, Gipp.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm sorry.
Gippy had the best verse.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Look. So which album? ATLians or Criminal?
Which one had Decatur song on there?
When the big girl from Decatur sang. It ain't over till the big girl.
ATL.
That's ATL.
Yeah.
My favorite is a Criminal.
Yeah, because I remember my videos, they were just so exciting. What I did the fireman suit in that video. We did the Jezebel. Yeah, like that was just an exciting album because it was like all of us had got a little something. We could goddamn present ourselves better, and we had all got a little road work.
Say nigga actually put on what they want to put on.
We wasn't in Greenbrier, the flea market. The first two albums, Greenbrier flea market. Let's go. Spent the whole check in that hole. Didn't even get out the flea market, bro.
Cee-Lo,
the whole check.
I got another one for you. Better singer, Cee-Lo or Sleepy?
Ooh. That's hell, that boy. You hell with that one. That's hell.
He just don't
see, it's hell because you can say what you want, but Players Ball is a classic.
Yes.
Like that's him. You know what I mean? Like, then when you look over there and see, it's like, shit, I can just go to free and just be like, as far as being something that never had been heard before, man, I pass on that question.
I do. Yeah, I'm about to say that's your push. That's your push.
Boy.
And look, hey man,
fight both them niggas.
I gotta give you your flowers, and after that, I want you to go through your Zaga one more time too.
Hey.
But look, I gotta tell you this, man. I appreciate you for being my big brother all these years, man. You're one of the pioneers of Atlanta. You're constantly doing something, and you put a lot of consciousness into the community, and that's what I most, you know what I'm saying, love about you, man, over the years.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, and you always kept it real, man. You always let me come around even though I wasn't doing shit.
Yeah, you were doing something. You shit. Look at where you at now. You're learning what you were good at.
That's it. That's it.
You're a great interviewer, and shit, man, I already know. You know the shit we have been through, and shit, it take a lot to goddamn have to recalibrate and get back out here.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No
you got to put pride aside and all, man.
Sure
like
do.
shit, man. And shit, starting over sometime is the best thing. And I'm glad you did it, because I mean, you struck it right out the box. Atlanta culture. Nigga can't even throw a rock at that. Nigga got to start over.
I appreciate you, big dog.
I'm here, man. This for the city, man. It's gonna be everywhere, man. If you want to find something new, alcohol ain't working for you, man, and you a smoker, hey man, here it is right here. It's something new. It's something big, man. I'm probably gonna be. I want this to be as big as Coca-Cola. I want to get jobs. I'm already hiring folk all over the city to work, and man, it's another thing for Atlanta, man, for us to show the world that, man, we always gonna be in the forefront of what's new. And man, thank y'all so much.
Hey, I appreciate
New
it,
music
bro.
gonna come sooner or later, man. I'm sitting on so much music, but I'm just letting everybody have fun, and then I'm staying. One thing about artists, man, we got ADD. You know what I mean?
doubt.
We
1000%.
one thing that mess us up a lot of time is we start a lot of great things, but we don't finish it.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing that you could do right now, especially in this new world, man, is figure out something that you want to do and stay down for it until you finish it, man. Don't go halfway, go all the way, then start something else. That's what I learned about life.
Appreciate you,
Thank
man.
y'all.
This has been another episode of Atlanta Coaches Podcast. This is part 2 with Big Gipp.
Zaga.
Yeah, that's hard.
This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.